My next guest is one of the big winners last weekend at UFC Vegas 111, getting it done against Jackson McVey in the second round via submission. It is Zach Reese joining me here on the program yet again. Zach, how you doing, man?
Doing good, James. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you, especially after, I believe, your first submission win in the UFC. That's got to be nice.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. And, finish most importantly. I'm disappointed I don't have that 100% finish rate anymore, but yeah, it feels good to get a finish always.
Take me through how this fight got booked, because it was like kind of last minute, and then we were wondering, like, was this fight like take me through like when you got the call that you'd be in and you'd be getting this fight, because it was a bit of a whirlwind last week, right?
Yeah, so I think it started Tuesday. Lance from Iridium was up at the gym and I sparred Sean. He watched me spar. And, little did I know that Jason was going to be messaging me later asking me if I wanted to fight Saturday. But yeah, I guess they saw, that I was in town and Dante Johnson fell off and, I was good to go. I was healthy. I felt good. And, yeah, so, my only contingency was the weight cut because I water loaded and then I checked my weight and I was 211.
Oh, wow.
So I knew I wasn't going to make 185, but, Jackson, they graciously took it at a catch weight. And yeah, man, so glad it went down like that.
Was it one of those things too, like you didn't even have enough time to kind of think about the fight? You're just like, okay, I'm going to go in. Like, I know in some ways that would almost make it easier that you wouldn't overthink the fight.
Yeah, in some ways, but like I said, man, I'm like kind of at the end of camps, I'm real particular. I do my sprints, I do my assault bike, I do my burnouts on pads and stuff. So it was definitely something new in that regard for me. But he didn't have that many fights too, so I watched his fights and him being a taller guy, me being a taller guy, I feel like I was able to actually understand the tape a little more. He didn't do what I thought he was going to do, but not much time to do everything and book everything. And that's actually funny. I was going home, that weekend because it's my wife's birthday and our anniversary.
Oh,
so I was like, hey babe, cancel that, book a flight to Vegas. And so my parents and her, they came out real quick.
Okay, well, that'll work out. And that's a good wife right there, balancing the schedule and everything, what were you guys planning on doing for your anniversary?
Nothing crazy, man. Just, probably go out to eat, go to a steakhouse. But she actually preferred it because she wanted to come to Vegas. And I just wanted to come home and see the kids.
Yeah.
And, she loves blackjack. So she got her blackjack in.
There you go. It all worked out. So you mentioned that you thought McVey was going to do something in the fight. What was that? Like, what surprised you in the fight?
I thought he was probably going to be more on the back foot and patient and then actually try to grapple me. That's kind of what I thought. I think a lot of his wins are, with submissions and stuff. And, I didn't expect him to go, the Kid Rock walkout that he walked out to, that should have let me know that his plans were a little different. Yeah.
Right. Fair enough. Yes. For sure. Things weren't going to be what they were used to. And nice bonus of this fight. You got the bonus. What are you going to be doing with that extra money?
Nothing too crazy, man. Nothing too crazy. I'll pay off my wife's truck and that's about it, dude. Just let it sit in the bank, man. We're going to go to Disney though. We were already planning on going to Disney, sometime next year. So, my girls are 3 and 1. So it'll be like, it's the perfect time to take them. And, for sure. We're going to go now. And, I'll even let my wife order appetizers, I think.
There you go. Yeah. Cause those can be pricey. Yeah. Now, are you going to Disney World or Disneyland? Where are you going?
Disney World for sure.
Okay, nice. Okay, good call. Because I know Disneyland not as nice and not as great. And kind of going back to that night, so you get the win, you do the media and all that. What did you get up to after the fight? Did you get to have a nice dinner?
So we went out to a Cheesecake Factory, very classy establishment.
Yes, exactly. Yes, for sure.
Love me some Cheesecake Factory. I'll take no slander against it. Yeah. But yeah, then Jason House called me, and that's when I found out I got the bonus. And I was like, you know what? Let's get another round of cheesecakes. Let's do another round of cheesecakes on me. So yeah,
that worked out great. So we mentioned their short notice fight. When do you want to get back in there? You mentioned wanting to, take the kids, Disney World and all that. Like, when would be the ideal time for you to get back in there?
Yeah, I think end of January would be awesome. I'm already back to working out. Sunday morning after the fight, I got up at 6 a.m. and worked out before we had to fly out. Nice. So just want to stay on it, man. Keep that momentum going. And who knows, another short notice thing pops up. I want to be ready for it, and just keeping my weight lower too. Like even this morning I was 202. So that's kind of really where I like to be. But just training with Sean, he's so big right now. He's like 230. So I feel like I'm at a disadvantage when I'm light. So I try to be a little heavier when I'm out there training with him.
That makes sense. Any opponents in mind, or you just leave that up to your coaches and management, see what happens?
Yeah, not right now, man. I mean, the fight that I want to have eventually is Adesanya, and I know the fans might be like, "Oh, it's a big reach or
dream
whatever."
Big, man. Who cares what the fans think? They're not the ones in there.
and right now, I'd probably have to win 2 more, maybe him lose 1 more for that to happen. But it's just because that's the dude I watched, man. I remember being, working in the oil field, watching him fight Kelvin Gastelum, sitting in my buddy, sitting in a work truck, watching that fight. And for me, it'd be really cool, man, to get to fight him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's aim high, like I said, makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I think there's only like 4 cards left, well, including this weekend, right? So yeah, I mean, there's not too many, and I imagine they're going to start announcing some of these other cards, but I think they're kind of holding off because of this Paramount deal, would be my guess. Because normally we have a little bit more notice, like we're coming, it's only early November, but still, you'd figure we'd know more for January, February, March, etc. But we haven't really heard anything.
Yeah, nothing yet, man. And so we'll see, dude. That's another thing too of like whenever Strickland fights, it would be sick to be on a card with him and get to kind of peek and prep with him and train with him, for whoever he fights next.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure they got some big stuff in the works.
Yeah, and I know Strickland kind of let it out. I mean, we'll see what happens, but it sounds like he might be fighting Fluffy. His words, not mine. So we'll see what happens. Either way, I hope he's back in there pretty soon because his suspension's up, right?
Yeah, he's did his time, man. Free my guy. He did his time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny stuff, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. And just talk a bit about, like, I know you guys have kind of become friends. Like, I know you told me like way back when, like, you guys are just kind of on the same level. Like, you enjoy his personality. He's obviously a great training partner. How's that been, like, as kind of like a bonus to being able to train in Vegas?
Yeah, man, he's been kind of like a big brother, character to me. He's such a good training partner, dude. He trains hard as shit. He's like a great team captain, but he pulls me aside like every practice, dude, and like helps me improve. And it's something that people don't really do that in MMA. I don't know if fans know, but like with fighters, it's like one of those things. Like people kind of do their own thing, and like yeah, they might help you if you ask them something, but nah, he makes like a real point to it, and I really do appreciate it, man, a lot.
Before we get out of here, so you mentioned maybe getting some holidays and stuff, maybe getting a short notice fight. Do you got anything like planned coming up other than like the Disney thing? I don't think is booked yet, right? You're just kind of wait and see.
No, yeah, I just nothing's booked yet. I'm just keeping it totally open, man. I want to keep the momentum going. Just keep getting better. That's like my whole. That's always what I've always done, and I just feel like I have so much work to do, always, man. And I'm 31, but my body feels great. It's the best I've ever felt, and yeah, man, I'm so looking forward to 2026.
Yeah, it's going to be a big year. And kind of on that note, I mean, we pretty much know, I would think, that Chimaev's going to end up fighting Imavov next because De Ridder lost, and that kind of opened things up for Imavov. Just what do you make of that fight? Because I think that is going to be next for middleweight.
Yeah, dude, it's tough. It's tough to pick against Khamzat. Just the pressure. I missed him by like a week in Thailand too, but my buddies that live there train there, and they said this, the same thing that we ended up seeing as he fought. Um, it's just hard to stop that pressure, dude. And that's why I think Sean is the guy, dude, because he can wrestle his ass off. Sean's trained with him, and Sean never accepts bottom. He never accepts anything. Firstly, he never accepts a losing position, never accepts shit. So I I would probably lean Khamzat in that fight, and then Sean to beat Fluffy if that's the fight that happens, and then Sean to win the belt again.
There we go. Well said. You got analysts in your future for sure, Zach. Always appreciate the insight. Well, hopefully you get to go on the vacation. Hope that all works out. And congrats again on getting the win and getting the bonus. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, for sure. My only sponsor, man, Shiner Beer. Oldest independent brewery in Texas. I live, super close to the brewery, and they've had my back since before I was in the UFC. And yeah. So if you guys are gonna drink tonight, go get some Shiner Bock.